What's the dumbest policy your boss ever forced on everyone? When I first started my IT career, I got a job at the corporate headquarters of a well-known Midwestern sandwich chain. My brother's best friend, Mark, was the IT manager there. We'd worked together before, and when he offered me a position on his team, I jumped at it. The place was friendly, organized, and for the first few months, everything was great. Then one Monday morning, the CEO announced that the company had hired a new chief technology officer. That confused me. Mark had been acting as interim CTO. Turns out he'd just been keeping the seat warm. I decided to introduce myself and make a good impression. I walked up, extended my hand, and said, "Hi, I'm Jerry, one of the help desk techs here. Great to meet you and looking forward to working with you." She looked at my hand, then right at me and said, "So because I'm a woman, I need your help? Don't offer me help unless I ask for it." The entire room went quiet. I awkwardly lowered my hand and walked off. Mark saw it happen and just shook his head. From that point on, I made sure to stay out of her way. A few weeks later, I came into work and found out Mark had been fired by order of the new CTO. Not meeting expectations, she claimed, though all the reports showed his leadership had improved ticket closure times and customer satisfaction. The same day, she came to the help desk and said, "Hey, you worked with that manager, right? You're interim manager now. No name, no warning, just orders." Over the next few weeks, performance started slipping. Tickets were piling up, and people complained they weren't getting updates. The CTO called a meeting with me, the director of infrastructure, and the previous interim CTO. She opened with, "How are we fixing this?" I started to explain, "I've got a plan that could help." She cut me off. "I didn't ask for a plan, I want results now." I tried again. "It involves grouping tickets, and if I have to repeat myself," she said coldly, "consider yourself out of a job. Every ticket must be updated immediately with every action taken." Understood? I nodded. Understood. She sent an email afterwards summarizing the meeting, clearly writing that every single action must be logged in real time, and that I had no constructive input. I decided to follow that instruction exactly as written. I went back to the help desk and told the team, "New rule. Every action on a ticket gets an update. Everything. Even if you just move a mouse." One of the techs frowned. "That'll flood everyone's inboxes. We could crash the system." She didn't care to hear that, I said, "so we'll do exactly what she wants." Within an hour, chaos began. Managers, supervisors, and regional directors were getting hundreds of email updates. Ticket viewed, ticket note saved, ticket reopened. Their inboxes filled nonstop. Some begged to be removed from updates. Others sent angry messages demanding to know what was going on. Then the Exchange servers crashed completely. I set up an automatic email reply. "Thank you for your message. Our new transparency policy ensures you receive every update as it happens. We appreciate your patience." It wasn't long before the CEO came storming into the help desk room. "What's happening?" he demanded. I pointed to the CTO's email on my screen. "Just following orders, sir." His eyes narrowed. "Follow me." We walked down the hall. He stopped by the director's office, then the old interim CTO's, and finally the new CTO's, growling at each. "In my office now." Once inside, he looked around. "Someone explain this mess." I restated her instructions and showed the email. She jumped in. "I was trying to improve communication." The director said, "Jerry tried to warn you it would trigger spam filters." The former interim CTO nodded. He even had a plan to update tickets once daily, but she wouldn't listen. The CEO turned to her. "You didn't listen to him?" She muttered something about her experience, but he cut her off. "Experience doesn't excuse not listening to your own team. You've just shut down our email network." He told the rest of us to leave. I later heard he had a long, unpleasant talk with her about leadership and consequences. By the end of the day, the network team restored everything, and I sent an official apology email explaining that a new update schedule was in place. A few days later, the CTO was placed on unpaid leave while they conducted an internal review. I stayed a few more months, but things turned bitter after she returned. She blamed me, the director, everyone. Eventually, I left for a better company. Months later, one of my old finance contacts called. Apparently, the CTO and a few others had been caught taking money from a vendor to keep their contracts active. A payroll audit revealed the irregularities, and soon enough, officials showed up at headquarters and escorted them out. Turns out, sometimes you don't have to lift a finger. People like that destroy themselves just fine.